Welcome to Female Season, the podcast where we embrace growth, confidence, and the journey of becoming our best selves together. Hey y'all, welcome back to Female Season. I'm your host, Ari Bryant, and today we're talking about self-love. But not in the way it's often portrayed online. This episode isn't about bubble baths, silk robes, skincare, routines. Those are beautiful, all right? But they're not the whole picture. If you ever confuse self-love with temporary comfort, this episode is for you. Because I did too. For a long time, I thought self-love meant like doing things that made me feel good in the moment. But the truth is, self-love is about how you show up for yourself every single day. So let's talk about it. I used to do all the right self-care things. I took vitamins, booked regular pedicures, lit candles, ran baths, did everything you can think about. But I wasn't treating myself with love. It took me years to realize that self-care is a form of self-love, but self-love is a lifestyle. It's in your mindset, your choices, your boundaries, your inner voice. So today, I want to dig deeper into the real work of self-love. The kind that isn't always Instagram worthy, but transforms your life from inside out. The misconception about self-love. We've all seen the aesthetic version of self-love. The morning journaling, the skincare routines, the lattes with oat milk and cinnamon. Like, we've seen all of that, right? And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Let's be clear. I love a good ritual, but that's only part of it. The other side of self-love, that's the hard part, the uncomfortable part, the part where you choose to walk away from something you know isn't serving you, even when it hurts. It's saying no, even when you're afraid of disappointing someone. It's making decisions that honor your future self, not just your current mood. So, quick reflection. I want you to take a second and ask yourself, when was the last time you made a hard decision because you loved yourself? Think about it. So I'm gonna put myself in that little situation. Let's go ahead. Let me think back. All right. So I would say the last time I made a hard decision because I love myself was when I decided to leave one of my jobs. At the time, I felt really guilty about walking away, but deep down I knew that staying would have meant I was going to betray myself. I would have been choosing comfort over peace and tolerating a toxic environment that was slowly draining me. So sometimes, you have to be radically honest about your own happiness. You can't ignore it. It shows up in your mood. You can see it when you look in the mirror every day and even in your body. I felt it physically. And I had to ask myself, if I truly love myself, would I choose to stay in this space that's hurting me? The answer was no. I want what's best for me. I want to be happy. So I made a decision. The only decision I could make, I left. The real work of self-love. So there are a few steps to that. The first one is setting boundaries. I didn't know what boundaries were for a long time. I said yes when I wanted to say no. I overextended myself. I made space for everyone else, even if it was draining me. That's not love. That's self-abandonment. This week, try saying no to one thing that drains you. Watch how powerful that feels. One thing, okay? I'm not asking you for a lot. Just think of one thing and say no to it, okay? Is there someone or something in your life right now that you've been saying yes to out of guilt? Ask yourself that question. The second part is holding yourself accountable. So there is a difference between being hard on yourself and holding yourself accountable. I used to think beating myself up was, discipline. It's not. True self-love is saying, I deserve better than this pattern. It's making aligned decisions, even when no one's watching. So ask yourself today, are my decisions reflecting the life that I say I want? So there's a time where I personally kept procrastinating on launching female season. And I came up with the idea, or at least the name. Like I did like a little website back in 2020, right? I didn't move forward with it aside from a brief attempt trying to promote the online forum a few years ago. Nothing really took off. I spent so much time obsessing over the small details that I completely lost sight of the bigger picture. Even with this podcast, I held myself back. I wanted to do like a video podcast, and every time something didn't go as planned, I use it as a reason to delay. Eventually, I had to check myself. Also, I had loved ones near me checking me too. Like, no more excuses. Just go ahead and get it done. Get it together. Like, stop getting your own way. Like, I'm literally the only thing that was getting in my way. So I learned not to be so harsh in my decision making. I gave myself grace. Progress doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be real. And now I'm doing it finally on my own terms. The third step is practicing self-compassion. So this was really the hardest for me, and still is hard for me today. I was so mean to myself. I constantly replay mistakes, second guess everything, and talk to myself in a way I never talked to anybody else. And I feel so bad about that. Like, how could someone treat themselves that way? It's really kind of messed up, And one day I just asked, like, would I even talk to a friend like that? Would I talk to a family member that way? And it was no. So why am I talking to myself like that? Like, why am I treating myself like this? So the next time you catch yourself spiraling, just pause and just ask yourself, what would I say to someone I love in this moment? Take a deep breath, say it out loud or in your mind, but, say it. I am learning, I am growing, and I am worthy of grace. This is going to help you not be so mean to yourself. This is going to help you give yourself grace. And like for someone that you love, you will give them grace. Show them compassion and love when they make mistakes and encourage them to do better. So do the same to yourself. Self-love is a daily choice. Self-love is not just what you do. It's how you live. It's in the way you speak to yourself, the way you carry yourself, the way you choose yourself over and over again. Even if it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it means starting over, ask yourself, am I living like I love myself today? That's super important. My final words, on self-love is let's make self-love a lifestyle, not just a weekend activity. This week, I really challenge you to do these 3 things, right? First thing, say no to one thing that drains you. Just one thing. And see how that feels. The second thing, do one thing your future self will thank you for. Third thing, talk to yourself like someone you truly care about. Do those 3 things for me and let me know how it goes. You can send me an email at podcast@femaleseason.com. Season is SZN. You also can let me know what's one way you're choosing real self-love this week too. And don't forget to subscribe, share, and then come back next week for a new episode of Female Season Podcast. Share this with someone. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.